Alright guys, we're back to war number 5 of season 22 of Alliance War. For phase 1, we got the main account, we got Doom, Iceman, and Human Torch. Iceman's going to take the first 2 fights here. First one against Invisible Woman. So just got to be careful, get that first hit in and back off to take off the invisibility, and then just keep track of, I have no problem with either blocking or evading her special one. When she gets to her invisibility, just make sure, keep an eye on the timers when they go down, and get that one hit in to take off the, let the invisibility timer go off, and then attack back in. So there, attack back in, go out, and, slow and steady, and she goes down easily. She is a stubborn defender there, so I did have to, she got her, she went invulnerable for a second. Let me take it off. Next, we got this Killmonger. We faced him, I think, last season or the season before a couple times. I throw on the healing boost with Iceman because I'm going to be taking a lot of hits on the block so that I don't trigger the invulnerability and to trigger the stubborn stuff. And then and I'm dead. There's too much going on for me to even think about trying to play around his reverberation. So I know I'm just going to take some damage here, and I'm going to take some special ones on the block. If I can push him to a special 2, even that, I'll probably try and take the last hit on the block so that I can keep going in. And yeah, it works out okay. I knew exactly what I was getting, going with Iceman for this fight. I knew that I'd have potentially some other options to use Iceman for this war. We'll see later against a Nick Fury. He comes in clutch, and that's why I did not go with Captain Marvel movie this round. Just the too many matchups that I didn't even get to bring the guys that I really wanted to for some ideal counters, but sometimes you got too much on one individual path, and we're not quite there where we're splitting up 10 different guys going different paths in phase 1, different paths in phase 2, so we typically just stick with the one set of paths. Phase 2, we've got this Sasquatch on Window of Opportunity stun with one eye open, so we're not going to use the pre-fight ability here. We're just going to go straight in with Torch. And this one works out, also works out great. Kind of knew what I was getting myself into with this one. Just wanted to make sure that I felt like Torch was just going to be the best option for me here. And then I think I got lucky there. He couldn't be stunned at that point, so it didn't really matter about the Window of Opportunity stun. I could throw that special 2 without worrying about him taking the special 2 damage. And then here I just wait till I get to my special 3 and finish it off, and I don't have to worry about his healing phase at the end with Torch. So this was great. So far so good. Now we go in and we've got this thing again on Window of Opportunity stun. And I don't know what it is about this node at the moment, but really, ideally, I wanted to bring in Stealth Suit Spider-Man. Then I don't have to worry about his, unstoppable. But for whatever reason, this node is still causing me trouble. The counting is, whatever reason, it's distracting me. Here, I think I get the first one. Here I only have to go in one time, 15 rock stacks, no problem. Evade that one on the wall, and we go in and we're fine. But then it's just the counting to 13, 14, 15. I should have stopped. And now I'm stuck against the wall, and I pretty much am stuck for the rest of the fight here. I'm, dumb mistakes, and I'm down. We go in with Doom, try and finish him off, and I think, again, we just have the same stupid mistakes in terms of just keeping track of his rock stacks. But it's a tough fight here, regardless. And I don't know what it is that I keep messing it up, but we get a little bit of damage done here. We're gonna go in one more time here after this, and then we finally fight him properly. So again, it's a tricky fight, and for anyone else who's doing it with it's a tough one thing on this node. And here, this is how I should be doing it. This one actually went quite nicely. Don't worry about, except for taking that. There goes my invulnerability boost at the start. But at least here, I think my counting works out okay. We got 15, we push him back, bait the special 1, go back in and drop the special 2, get some damage in, and I took advantage early to get a few parries in when I could, so that way I can get my destructible charges. And then we go ahead and push him past the 15 rock stacks, bait out another special here. And then I think that is it after this. Bait out one more, and we're done. Again, not the cleanest, but at least we got through it. Next, we've got a Nick Fury on kinetic transference, power from afar, and I've done this one before with Doom. I just messed up my timing ever so slightly when I got him to the end of his, his first phase. So I quickly get myself built up to a special 3 and get into the, a little bit of a Doom rotation here, where I get back-to-back special 3s. The problem is that after the second one, we'll see here, this is no problem. Do my usual combo, get the special 1 off, build him back up to another special 3. Problem is he's too close, and you think afterwards that you're going to have the stun timer because he's not in the second phase, but right as he gets to there goes my stun timer, and I don't get a combo off enough in order to get to a special 1 and steal the power back, and I take a KO with a special 3 to the face. So that was a little frustrating. If I get to that special 1, the fight is over. Here I bring in Iceman. Now he's not a stubborn attacker, but Iceman has that built-in ice armor where he can take a special 3 to the face and not take more than 5% damage. So here all I'm going to do is I'll attack into him. If he builds up to a special 3 like he does here, it doesn't matter. I'm only going to take 5%. And then I'm just going to try and hold block and bait his heavy attacks and get in as much damage as I can. So here, bait another heavy. Drop that special 2 on him. And punch into his block and he's down. Then in the boss circle, we needed a little bit of help here on the Killmonger on Stunning Reflection. So I just healed up Iceman, throw on another healing boost. And again, it's very similar to that fight early on, except I'm not going to be able to parry him at all. So take some hits, bait some heavies, take some specials, take that last hit of the special 2 there so that I can go in and attack it. It's not the ideal counter at all. I can get a little bit of power at the beginning of the fight where because I'm doing some cold snap damage at the beginning, and you only get power by doing some damage over time effects, so that helps a little bit. But for the most part, this is not the ideal counter at all. But, if I only have to get down less than half of him, then it works out just fine. Last, we bring in the junior account with Doc Ock, Mr. Fantastic Synergy with Void. Use Mr. Fantastic's pre-fight abilities to get a little bit of extra damage on Thing. And for the first time this season, we get a nice solo against a thing boss. So here we throw on the invulnerability just in case, and it pays off because we make one slip up. But for the most part, we'll go full speed, like regular speed on this one. But for the most part, the counting was on point on this one. So I was able to get everything working out in my favor. Everything was working with the destructible charges, and he wasn't, I was able to bait the heavies without triggering it too many times. And it's just a matter of getting to that 15, letting him get his throw his specials, and because of the Mr. Fantastic and Doc Ock synergy, I'm also applying those power stings. So every time he does throw a special, I'm doing the damage over time. Eventually, once I get enough up, I'll be reversing his healing, and or at least not let him get any healing there from willpower, and he'll be taking damage every time he throws a special. So, Void alone does a great job against this fight, but with the Doc Ock and Mr. Fantastic synergies, it's just an added bonus, so it doesn't take it. It's still a long fight, still a lot to think about, a lot of counting involved, but at least I did a much better job here on the boss fight than I did on the previous Window of Opportunity stun node. So much happier after this fight than the other one. But I hope you enjoyed it, and you can enjoy the rest of this fight, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.